So that brings us, Nicole, to our last segment, the week 4 projections and predictions, which I'm sure we have a lot to talk about this.
Yes.
So I'll let you start it off, ladies first.
All right. Well, we are heading, folks. We are heading to London, UK here, and it's going to be a different time that you guys are going to have to get your popcorn ready early in the morning. Make sure you have your breakfast and goodies set because we are going to be going against the Minnesota Vikings. That is right. You heard it here first. We are going against the Minnesota Vikings, and I have to say that I'm predicting a really, really great, splendid day for the Saints. And I think that it will be a 27-18 for us, obviously.
You heard it
The
here.
only I'm going off of my facts and basis is because we touched down in London early on this week, and we were having
How early?
practices Monday.
What
So
time? What time does the plane land, Nicole?
uh, at Mountain Standard Time or EST
You
time.
know what? You get. You know, you're the reporter. I don't know what country that you're reporting from and what news station you're on, so you can give me whatever time frame you want. Okay.
But they did touch down and they were able to play and and remember I said practice, practice, practice. Well,
Cool.
they got to practice on that land. Whereas right now, they are going to be touching down on Friday. So my thing is with the time difference, they might be a little bit jet lagged and might have not had as much time to practice on the soil over there. So I do want to talk about third down conversions. This is where it's going to come down and where it matters for our win and our keys to success. I have to say that looking and going through at Tom Brady, I was scared with his third down conversions because I know he could do damage. And I started to look up what that meant and that where are we in the league right now? So far we are ranked the 24th. We have we've completed 1/3 of third down, like trying to get the completions.
Yeah. Third
So
down
I think,
conversion.
yeah, I think we need to work on that. And Minnesota, they're ranked the 26th, so they have some issues too as well. I foresee going against them. You guys are doing actually pretty good because I looked up the NFC South because I care about it all NFC South.
Yeah, we
So you,
include all of the NFC South.
yeah, uh, Tampa Bay is actually at the 28th spot, and Carolina is 31st. So didn't say much for them beating us, but you guys are ranked 12th. So congrats to you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Um, but yeah, it's going to come down to Winston and Dalton.
Okay.
I really do want to see Dalton start. I think he's fresh. He's actually, like I said, he was practicing there on the first dairy, and I want him to start. I think he's going to be good. From what I hear, he Dalton came from the Bengals, from Kate's team, as well as the Cowboys with Janae and the Chicago Bears. So
Yeah.
I think he can do us some good, and it'd be really great to see that spark fly. And that's it. That's all I got. Oh, and we picked up Kirkwood because all of our wide receivers are almost out to help them out. Kirkwood he's an old player that's coming back to us. So yeah,
Oh,
that's all I got.
ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first on LTF NFCS on station 23, and our broadcaster Nicole has given her predictions. So stay tuned for more to come. More to come.
Yeah,
More to come. More to come.
more to come.
More to come. No, I like that. I think it's going to be a really tough game for you guys. Personally, seeing how Justin Jefferson, especially on the Minnesota Vikings, was stopped last week, he's going to be looking to rebound. That's for sure. And yeah, you better watch out for that. That's the one thing is the fact that the guy went and he got 2 touchdowns in his first game of the season. He's definitely going to look to try and recreate that. So, especially with New Orleans kind of hurting in a couple areas, right? Especially offensively. Be prepared for the Minnesota Vikings to come at you pretty hard. But what was your prediction? Sorry,
I'm pretty sure it was 28-18 or 20.
28-18.
No,
So
27. 27.
okay,
27-18 or 20.
for the New Orleans
Do I have
Saints.
to give it an absolute answer? I guess
No,
27-18.
27-18. Okay. So I think it's going to be a little bit closer, but unfortunately, I'm going to be a little bit opposed to you. I do think that the Minnesota Vikings are going to win the game. And I'm thinking more so it is going to be about, I will go, it will be 24 to, I think it's going to be 24-17 for the Vikings. That's what I'm going to go with.
Okay. All right.
I think it'll be close. The only thing I hope is that no one else gets injured on the New Orleans Saints. That's all I hope. Our division's starting to be a little bit injury prone, so I'm definitely hoping for a little bit more of that. So, yeah, I'm really excited for the Cleveland Browns and Atlanta game. Checking the stats, it's really weird to even look at it because Cleveland and as well Atlanta, they're both very, very close in a lot of areas. It's pretty insane. So I think the one thing that people don't really understand too, and I think Cleveland Browns, and giving them a shout out that they're really flying under the radar, is they're the number one in their division. And considering that Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens are in that division, along with the Cincinnati Bengals, and also that Cleveland doesn't have their starting quarterback and they're playing Jacoby Brissett, and they're still doing this well, is kind of alarming, actually. So let's say hypothetically that Cleveland does make it into week 7 with only a 4-2 record. That's scary, especially the fact that you're going to be getting Deshaun Watson back. I wouldn't want that. Cleveland, unfortunately, well, not real unfortunate for me, but they're the number one in rushing yards right now with Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. So that is a very, very scary, very, very scary combo. That's also going to be the key, though, to the Atlanta Falcons' success. So they're going to have to stop the rushing game. So that's really going to come down to defense for sure. I wouldn't say necessarily that the Browns have the strongest wide receiving core. They have picked up Amari Cooper, so there is something to be said about that, considering how well he did with Dallas. But besides Amari Cooper and Donovan Peoples-Jones, and the fact that Njoku, the tight end for the Browns, is balling out, this is a very winnable game for the Atlanta Falcons, I do think. I think the fact that the Falcons are going into the week also with a W, I think that's going to give them a little bit more of an oomph. And especially watching tape too to see kind of what the Cleveland Browns have done in the past games. It's going to be stopping as much as possible the rushing game. So I would definitely expect to see a lot of throwing and a lot of passing with the Atlanta Falcons. So yeah, the Browns are number 1 in rushing. Falcons are even with passing. But the Falcons are a little bit ahead. I think they're 1 rank ahead in passing yards. Browns are number 7 in total touchdowns, and Falcons are number 10. So again, very, very close in terms of ranks. Can they beat the Browns? Yes, they definitely can. Some people are going to have to show up. Kyle Pitts is going to have to continue to play well. As much as everybody has this high expectation, as much as I do too, he's not a bad tight end. It's just I think people had a little bit too high of expectations for him, as did I, and I still think he could produce touchdowns and stuff. But the one criticism he had last season is that he didn't block enough, right? So he is doing that now. He is fitting into his role. Hopefully that is to come a little bit more, but yeah, that's the short of it. So we need to stop the running game. We need to continue on with our defense getting better and no fumbles. That's got to be put to rest. Unfortunately, that is something that Marcus Mariota has been doing quite a bit of. So I'm hoping we see a little bit less of that because
join the team.
Yeah, I know it's bad. It really is bad. But as much as I think Vegas right now has it as a 3.5-point favorite for the Cleveland Browns, which is very possible. But I'm thinking that the Falcons are going to upset this game, and I think they're going to go in and they're going to go 2-2 at the end of this week. It's going to be a very close game, but I also think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I'm going 34-30 for the Falcons.
Oh, wow. Awesome.
Yeah.
I would have to say, based off of the analysis, I'm gonna be calling it for 2014.
Okay.
And that is going to be going to the Browns.
It could. You know what? I will say I do like this matchup for multiple reasons. I think something that many people maybe don't know is that's my actual second team. Is minus the Falcons. I love the Cleveland Browns and I love what they've done. So to see them succeed and go far, I would love that. I do think it's going to be a close game. I really do. Maybe the Falcons do their usual tradition and they blow it up in the fourth, but yeah, I don't really know. We'll have to wait and see. But